most people back home have better mental health than us. Like I've said it so many times, but they don't believe it. Most people back home are happier, satisfied, fulfilling compared to people in the US because the mental health issue here is very terrible. Like people's mental health is very down.
Hey there, wonderful viewers. Welcome back to GH Africa TV, where we bring you stories from around the world that will make you laugh, learn, and feel inspired. Today, we are thrilled to have you with us once again.
Okay, so my name is Charles. In America, people normally conflict my name, the Sam and Charles, because in America, Sam is a first name, but then in Ghana, central part of Ghana, they normally use Sam as a surname. So Sam is actually my surname, and the Charles is my first name. But then in Ghana, surname first, so it's like Sam Charles. But then in America, it's Charles Sam. But I go with any of them, and yeah, I'm an author. I have 19 books currently. Yes, yeah, I have 19 books, and then yeah, I'm reading law and a computer science minor in the US. So I'm in Charleston, West Virginia as well.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, that's a brief information about me. Okay, I'm in West Virginia, and people normally conflict Virginia with West Virginia because it's like they've never heard about West Virginia. They always hear about Virginia, Virginia, Virginia. But West Virginia actually broke away from the state of Virginia in 1870 thereabouts. They had a civil war and then they just separated. So yeah, that's how come West Virginia came about.
Oh, okay. Nice one. So why did you decide to go to the States, considering the other options like Canada,
Mhm.
UK,
Canada, China.
Australia, Russia?
Okay. So this question is very interesting because US has always been like the dream country since age of 12, 11. I'm writing an entire book about this whole journey, but the journey started in like 2012. I saw a picture of this lady who was in Cambridge, Massachusetts in the snow picture. And I don't know what happened. The picture just fell on me. It's like a spirit just entered me and I became obsessed with America. Like America became like my dream destination. Like I don't know what happened to me, but I just fell in love with America. And from that time, I was always saying, "I'll go to America. I'll go to America. I'll go to America." But then in 2020, when I started the journey fully, that was when I started thinking of the easiest route, and Canada became like an option. I even got to a point I wanted to go to China, Russia. Sometimes I even wanted to go to UK because I just wanted the easy route. But then eventually, I ended up here. Yeah.
So let's look at some of the challenges. So tell us, what are some of the challenges or
Yeah.
struggles you faced when you first entered the
Yeah.
States?
Okay. So one of the biggest cultural shock or the biggest thing that shocked me was coming to America. I always thought that here was all rosy. Like there was little to no problems in America. Because back home, everyone thinks that when you get to America, life is going to be this, life is going to be that. When I came here and I experienced the reality on grounds, and I was like, wow. So like people come here with the perception that America is going to be perfect. In 1 week, I'm going to be successful. I'm going to be working, everything is going to be fine until you get here and you realize that you can't even get a job when you don't have the right documents. And even most of the jobs will not pick you at an entry level, except these restaurant and minor jobs. But then people back home think that, oh, when you get to America, islands people make this amount of money every hour, do this, and do that. But they don't know that most of them require skills, require this and that. So that was probably the first disappointment that I experienced. And the second disappointment that I experienced was I thought everyone in America was going to be friendly. Like I thought, how people in Americans come to Ghana and they're like, hey, how you doing? And all that. I thought when I come here, everyone is going to like me. Everyone is going to be super cool with me until I came here and I realized that there was so
Mhm.
much reality on ground. But then,
Okay.
yeah, we are still on it. We are still
Okay.
hoping.
So regarding the jobs in the States, are there opportunities for foreign workers or immigrants?
Okay. Yeah. So America is a country where it's like there are a lot of jobs done the people here, and most of the people living in America don't like the kind of jobs here, so most of them make their money from internet and all these things, so it creates a lot of jobs here. But the kind of jobs here, most of them require skills. Like most of them you need to get some skills before you get a job. But when it comes to these under the table job like cleaning, washing, you will get it easily because people here don't really go for it. So when it comes to that side, you get these jobs, and the reason why people go for them is that they prefer to be a cleaner or wash dishes in the US than to live in Ghana or live in the UK or live in Africa or somewhere and have no job. So that is how it looks like. People, there are a lot of jobs here. By natural fact, most of the jobs you need skills, you need certifications before you can get into them. Mhm.
Oh, okay. So now let's talk about the
Yeah.
cultural differences between
Mhm.
your home country, Ghana, and the States.
So cultural differences here are a lot. Now in America, when I came here, there were certain things that I didn't really was a big deal here. Like filming people in public. Like, in Africa, you can just film your video and then you just go your way. But we went to New York one time and I was filming a video at where kids were playing, and they were like, "No, you can't film kids." Like, it's like I was just making a vlog, and they were like, "No, we don't film kids. You are weird for filming kids." A whole lot. So all these things were like very shocking to me. Back home, you can just pick your camera and just film people, anything. Another thing was that in America, you can't just be staring at people. Like, you stare at a woman and then she thinks maybe you're a weird person or you're a weirdo or you are being creepy and all that. But back home, you can stare at girls. Even the girls want you to stare at them. Like, they want the attention. But over here, a woman can sue you because she feels you are looking at her too much or you are looking at her in a certain way. So you have to be careful when it comes to the women over here. So I've made a video telling people that most of the guys who come here with the mindsets that they'll get a girl, the girls here, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, the girls over here are not like the people back home. So you just need to be careful about them too. It's either you approach her or you don't stare at her. If you are staring at her, make sure you're approaching her so that to clear that perception that you are being weird or you are being creepy. And over here, I don't approach women with the goal of becoming like their boyfriend or something. I approach them because I need something from them or I need an information from them. But I don't stare at them because I haven't had an encounter where a woman was calling me weird for staring at her. But I've had friends or even some of the females here told me how they feel this particular guy is very creepy because they look at them a certain way and all that. And I'm like, okay, I need to learn from what these girls are saying. So personally, I haven't really had an encounter, but most of the women, some of them text me and they're like, anytime they are here, they notice that this guy always stares at them and it's a bit weird and all that. So that's also another cultural shock. Back home, the girls don't really care. They are okay. They want you to talk to them themselves. So yeah.
Oh, okay. So let's talk about life in the States.
Life in the US is very tough. People don't say the reality, and the reason why they don't tell people back home about how tough life is because they can't relate with it. People think that once you're in the US, you're in the US and you're complaining, but you realize that moving from Africa, it's like you are just switching problems. You experience a lot of depression when you're in the US. You experience a lot of mental breakdowns, a lot of loneliness. Number one, loneliness. You'll be so lonely to the point that you ask yourself, like, what is happening? And the reason why it's like that is because in America, you barely see people outside. Like, everyone is like, I job, sit in their car, go back home, go to class, come back to their room. There's no culture where it's like people are always outside. You can always see people to talk with, like back home. Over here, everyone is like they and their family. So to get to a point, you need someone to talk to, someone you can relate with, but nothing. I'm in a school where it's like predominantly white. You barely meet black people here. So I don't have people I can relate with that much. Like, I can share my experiences and all that. Most of them are white people. You can't even share like some of the things happening or some of the things that has happened to them before. So it's like you're always with yourself, you're always to yourself, you're always with your books and then minding your business. So it makes America very tough. And most people back home have better mental health than us. Like, I've said it so many times, but they don't believe it. Most people back home are happier, satisfied, fulfilling compared to people in the US because the mental health issue here is very terrible. Like, people's mental health is very down.
Let's continue with our conversation. So tell us, what are some of the best places to visit in the States?
Okay, so I've been through over 25 states in the US since I came here, and the best place that I've been so far was New York. People think New York is like, even though New York is like a tourism site, New York is actually a nice place. And I've been to New York 6 times already. The only downside about New York is that it's very crowded. Like, it's a very busy place. New York is crowded with tourists, people. New York is very populated. So the downside about New York is that there are lots of people there, a lot of, noise and all that. It's not like a quiet place compared to like other states like Colorado, North Carolina and all that. New York is very, very crowded. And living in New York is extremely expensive. Like, the cost of living, or let's say a 30 minutes Uber in West Virginia or any other state could be $10 to $15. In New York, it could be like $85. So you should tell that New York is very expensive to live in. So yeah, New York is definitely a place that everyone should visit, like Times Square, the Edge Building, the Statue of Liberty, and all those things. Yeah, everyone should visit there. Mhm.
So let's come to Africa. I want us to play a game.
Yeah.
This is just a normal game we usually play just to have fun.
Yes.
So which country is known for its beautiful ladies?
In my opinion, I would say it's Nigerians. Like, Nigerians are very beautiful because most of them have this nice skin color, like very fair. When I see Nigerian women, even their mothers, like, they look very young, they look very nice and all that. Ghanaian women, I can't say much for Ghanaian women, even though I'm from Ghana, but Nigerian women are very beautiful. Like the older women in Nigeria look very young. They look very educated. They speak very good English and all that. Even though I'm from Ghana, I wouldn't say it's Ghana. Yeah, Nigerian women look very very nice. Yeah, and I think it's not about being beautiful. I think the more you see as a group of people, the more it's like when you see newer people, you're like, oh, okay, this one is very beautiful because I haven't seen her before. When you come here, almost every girl looks beautiful to you because it's like you haven't met them, you haven't seen them for a long time. For all you know, Ghanaian women could be the most beautiful women, but then because I'm used to them, I'm always seeing them here and there. I'm like, I'm used to you. When I see new women, I'm like, oh, these people are very beautiful. But then to me, I think Nigerian women are very great women. They are very beautiful.
So now let's look at the foods in Africa. Can you share with us some of the foods that people can enjoy whenever they visit Africa? Maybe your country, Ghana.
Okay, I since I came here, I haven't had any Ghanaian meal for about a year, and it's very depressing because it's like food you've been eating all your life, and then all of a sudden you switch to burgers, chips, juice. It's very crazy. But then anyone who goes to Ghana should try jollof. Like Ghana, Nigeria jollof, the war is crazy, but everyone should try the Ghanaian jollof. You would love it. Ghanaian jollof is the best. Like if I get a chance, I even though I can't cook, but if I get a chance to cook, I'll make Ghanaian jollof for everyone. Like if you go to Ghana, definitely try the jollof down there. You would love it. Yeah.
Nice one. So tell me, has living in the States or living abroad changed your
Mhm.
perspective or even how you think, how you thought?
So many things, like so much. It has changed my mindset about so many things. Like some of the topics are sensitive, but then I can still frame it in a way. Like when it comes to the LGQBT, whatever, like the homosexuality and all that. In Africa, we have a fixed mindset, like they are bad people, they are bad, they are this and that. I'm not saying I'm supporting them, but it's like an example that I'm giving. But when I came here and I started having friends who are actually like one of them, and I sit them down and I ask them like, why, how do you feel like being someone who likes like the same sex and all that? And they're like, that is how they feel. It's like the way we get attracted to the opposite sex, they get attracted to like the same sex. It's not something they can change. So it's more like, okay, that is how they feel. It's not that they intentionally decide to, like this person. It's like they are born with it. No matter how you try to change them, they just like this kind of thing. So it's like that's changed my mindset about a whole lot of things. Like when it comes to, family and stuff in Africa, we don't really take birthday serious. But then over here, your birthday is like a big deal for people. Like they treat you well on your birthday and all that. So America has changed my mindset a lot about so many things. So many things. Yeah.
We're almost done with our interview.
Mhm.
So any advice for someone who wants to
Yeah.
travel abroad,
Yeah.
be
Mhm.
it Africa, Asia, Europe? Any advice?
Yeah, it's all about plan. Okay, so most people put their dreams aside and make it after the US. So they make it like when I get abroad, then I can start doing this. When I travel abroad, I can start working on this. But you realize that you waste so much time. If you have any dream, don't push it behind after you travel. Or if you are going to school, don't stop school and say that I'm focusing solely on the visa and stuff, or else you get heartbroken. It's like do it on the side. Don't rely on it. Don't sell anything huge. Don't sell any property just because you want to travel abroad. Do it by the side. And also when you get here, always stay away from trouble. Because America or these Western countries are countries where they keep record. When you get when the police pulls you over and they inspect your license or you get any crime with regards to driving, it's on your record forever. They don't clean anything. Even when you get refused the visa, it's on your record forever. They keep information like something. So when you come here, stay away from trouble, stay away from gangs like those black, most of them are black boys, so those gangs and people smoking and all that, like stay away from them because you would always end up getting in trouble. My TikTok is some Charles underscore some Charles underscore. My Instagram is also underscore some Charles underscore. These are the social media accounts that I'm very active of. If you want to DM me on Instagram because the TikTok messages are a lot, so just DM me on Instagram Charles Sam or underscore Sam Charles. It's a verified account, so it's easy for them to find out. Yeah. And also on YouTube, it's just Charles Sam. It's the same name across all platforms. You see my picture over them. Yeah.